Yeah, welcome to your class, SST class again, my dear students. So today we are with the one new chapter, chapter 3 of history, ruling the countryside. And who are the rulers in this topic? Yeah, of course, the British East India Company. Yes, students, in previous chapter we have learned how they were able to manage themselves as a uh, ruler from trader to ruler. They win several wars, several battles, and they somehow manage to become the Bengal of Nawab. Now we'll see the ahead story that after becoming the Bengal of Nawab, how did they survived into Indian territories. So after becoming the Diwan of Bengal on 12th of August, Robert Clive was of course being made the Nawab of Bengal in year 1765, 12th of August. Fine. He had a complete financial control over his territory, over his province. The occasion when he was being made the Nawab of Bengal, the place where the meeting was held, the occasion was called as the Majestic Occasion. Fine? Okay. After becoming the Nawab of Bengal, there were some issues, there were some things that were to be kept in mind. What were they? That the local leaders, those who were already ruling their areas previously, prior to Robert Clive, prior to other kings, their existence could not be eliminated or avoided. Means either you have to suppress them by using a war strategy, or you have to make a friendship with them. Means you have to stay with them being a ruler. Next thing is revenue for the company. What was the situation for the revenue of the company? See, literally speaking, British East India Company was still not in a mood, still not in a situation to set up any regular system of collecting the revenue or any such thing. They were, bit, you can say, lenient. Yeah, they were not future foresighted in this particular scenario. So they left many things that were taken to be granted. Okay, we will see it afterwards in that way. In 1770s, a terrible famine broke out in the country, because of which there was a huge scarcity of food and water. Diseases were also being spread out in the country. Since the farmer were the main lifeline of the country, today as well, farming is the main occupation of the country, India. So there was a huge setback to the Britishers. The things went mismanaged. There was a strong action to be taken, as the main backbone of Indian economy was hampered. So let's see what happened ahead in this particular chapter. Okay, now look down, dear students, the next point which has been discussed in your chapter. Now there was a need to improve the agriculture, as India has a huge setback because of the famine. So after almost 20 years, after 20, 2 decades, in 1770 near about, the company was being made the Nawab of Bengal. In 1793, the company introduced the system of permanent settlement, in which the Rajas and Talukdars were being designated as Zamindars. So they were asked to collect the revenue from the peasants. What were the peasants? Peasants were the small farmers. You can say the paid laborers, the agricultural laborers who used to do work in the agriculture field, the small level of farmers. These zamindars were supposed to collect the revenues from the peasants, and they had to submit those revenues to the British East India Company. Okay, they have to collect, in several cases they have to collect the rents also, and they have to collect the some percentage of production also, some percentage, some part of the production, one third, two third, yeah, 20%, 30%, depending upon the area. Okay, now in this particular permanent settlement system, there were of course problem, all sorts of problem were there. What was the one of the major type of problem? Zamindars were forced to pay a minimum amount of revenue in any case. Even if the farmer failed to pay, even if there is a drought, even if there is a fail in agriculture, the zamindars were asked to pay that fixed amount of revenue to the British East India Company. Because of that, the zamindar lost their zamindari, they lost their agricultural land also, their property was put on the stake, they had to sell their property on the auction. Okay, and as the revenue demands were too high, the cultivators, the farmers were at heavy loss. Whatever they were producing in their agriculture field, whatever harvest they were growing in their field, they had to pay to the zamindars as a revenue. So it was a failure. This particular policy was a failure. This was a setback to the Britishers. So we will continue ahead. In our next video, we will see that how the Britishers proceeded after overcoming these failures. Thank you. That's it for the day. It's the first video explanation of this chapter. We will discuss this chapter further. Thank you and have a nice day.